Well, look what I've just had delivered to me. It's a Radxa X4 in a tiny little box, which bodes well for the size of it. So let's have a look, shall we? Thought I'd go full YouTube and do an unboxing video. Why not, eh? So what we're going to do today, hopefully I'll do it in one take, but probably not, because I might have to set up the screen for the install, is install Linux and LabVIEW onto this little Radxa. It comes with some compromises because it's tiny. So it's a big chip on a tiny board. You can see it comes in this lovely little box. I do like the packaging, it's sweet. So Radxa is a single board computer. It's got an Intel N100 chip on it, and it's in a Raspberry Pi type format. Oh, let me put this on just to stop Tim getting stressed out. So it's got Wi-Fi. It's got NVMe via hard drive. Comes with micro HDMI. Comes with a clock battery, which is not part of the board, which is nice. There's the chip, N100. It's got some half decent graphics on it. It's got 3 USB 3s. It's got 2.5 gig Ethernet. Shut the dogs up. Cut number 1 because some horses went past and set the dogs off. Yeah, so it's got little Wi-Fi aerials. Where were we? So yeah, so one of the issues I've got from explaining computers video was that heat is a problem. So various things say that actually removing the heat is an issue. So if you can hear sniffing, that's one of my dogs. We're all alone in the house today. Okay, so that looks quite nice. Another dog barking. May or may not pick it up on this camera. I'm trying it out on my new camera setup as well. I've got quite a cool setup with lights and things. So here, which I professionally pulled apart offline so you couldn't see it, is a heatsink, active one with a fan. And how do we get into it? Okay, so it comes with a barrier, and it comes with these, so, and it comes with little feet and all sorts of stuff like that. So what I'm going to do is start building it up, and then we have to measure the heatsink, because apparently the heating pad you get here is not adequate for it. It may have been improved, but so on the early ones. So we've got a nice little heatsink. There's our Radxa. Then we got, what else have I bought? There's my NVMe card. So it's lots of opportunities to go terribly wrong. All of this because I haven't unpacked it yet. There's a set of shims, because I'm planning on using those to do some heat sinking. And I've also got a micro HDMI to big sized HDMI lead, which probably what I'll do is cut the video, set it all up on my computer, and then pass the video through so we can actually see the install happen. Seems to work okay, if I can remember how to do it. So there we have it. Beautiful, cute little board. So job number 1 is let's plug the NVMe in. So got my nice little screwdriver here. So I get a half decent. Okay, bonk. Sorry about my big hands, can't be helped. So I think if I poke these out, get them out of the way. I presume I want them outside it, so there we go. And then we plug him in. I'll try not to touch all the contacts, as tempting as I was finding it. Oops. Push him down. So this little NVMe drive was like, I don't know, 25 quid from Amazon. I went for, my point with all of this is to try and find the cheapest way of getting a system up and running as I possibly can. So what I'm going to do is just put this heatsink on. I think I have to do it like that. Just to see what the clearances are like. I mean, if I can use their solution, that's cool. If not, I'll shim it and I'll use thermal paste. Okay, so this just slides off. So what do we do with this little baby then? Oh, there must be standoffs here. Let's unpack all the gubbins and see what we get. Ooh. Years of pushing a mouse around a desk have crippled my hands, unfortunately. Right, what we got? Feet! Little feet. Quite a lot of little feet. 8 little feet. That's nice, isn't it? Thermal pad, which sits on here, which we may or may not use. Standoffs, so let's bung the standoffs on. I thought I had everything, all my tools out, but I'm going to need a decent sized screwdriver, I think, just to tighten them up. Bear with. Might have to. Decided to sit himself where I wanted my toolbox. Okay, so let's have a look at how this stands off. So it should be one more fan, so that's the right way round, this is the right way round, and if we, I don't know if I can do this. I'll try and show the gap. Maybe in the reflection you can see it, yeah. Anyway, it's about, I don't know, it looks about 1 millimetre to me. So I think what I'm going to do is take one of my little standoffs here. And shim it. I think I might take 2 of them actually. Let's stick them all together. I tell you what, let's not bother. Let's put their solution on and we'll see how we get on with temperature, shall we? That's probably easiest for for the sake of this video. If it gets hot, I'll set the standoffs and I'll take it apart and do that. That sounds like a more YouTube friendly solution. Okay. Oh yeah, he's sticking up. So maybe they've improved it. That is definitely above ground. So that's nice. Appear to be going in. It's quite awkward here because I've got a camera in front of me. Don't make my life easy. That does not want to go in. Does want to go in. Are they two different? Yes, they're two different sizes. Look at that. Don't know what did he want them for? Maybe they're spare. Oh, they're spares for the heatsink. Full. Yeah, that is definitely compressing the heat pad. So I think they've corrected that. Maybe the early videos were betas or something. I don't have the clout, I have to go and buy it myself. I think I have one more left in here, look. Okay. You don't want to go in. Why don't you want to go in? It's the right size. I use one of the bigger ones. Aha. He was just leave it up a bit. Okay, well that looks alright actually. So we'll put the put a little fan in. Well, they really scrimped and saved on that lead length, haven't they? God. That is fiddly. Ugh. Look at that, there's not a spare, any spare at all. Goodness. Okay, so that's that. That's him. So he's got a little sticky pad, so that's nice. We'll stick him there, I reckon. We'll get the thing on. Right, so let's put this back together. So this goes together like that, which is a tad unfortunate for this lead here. So let's see if how that works. Oh no, that's alright. Let's put him in and see if we can squish him over. So that's your cobbler. Oh yeah, that's not going to work out. Oh, that's come out top. There we go. So there's a bit, yeah, that could have do with a bit more room. Oh, dog's going again. Ugh. 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 Okay. Okay. But apart from that, it's quite a nice little heatsink. And the dog's kicking off again. Never know. Maybe something nice like a parcel. Let me just briefly go and shut them up. Just for completeness, I'll bore you with me putting screws in. But as you can see, it's quite a neat little unit. It's not very big. which is nice. I'd like to see how it does with passive cooling, so maybe I'll do some experiments where I'll just hoik the fan off this and just hoik the frame off it and see what it looks like with just the heatsink. But that would be quite a useful exercise, I think, because I don't like fans particularly. Just because moving parts are another point of failure, so in my simplistic brain, having less is good. And then we shall see how we get on with loading Linux on it. I'm probably going to go Debian today, I think. I do quite enjoy the Debian. There's something old-fashioned about it, which I like. Everything is built on it, so it always seems very stable. So this is my opportunity to prove myself wrong. Bop. So this here cobbler is a connection, so you can connect that to a breadboard, which is a nicest way to deal with things. Oh, put his feet on, couldn't we? So, yeah, this is a bit... do you know what? I reckon it should go through there, shouldn't it? Ugh. That would be a bit nicer, wouldn't it? I'll do that off camera. Pull it out the side. That's quite nice. Right. Yeah, there's your Radxa board. So I'll take it off and neaten that cable up. Then we'll plug her all in. And we'll have a look at Linux loading, and then we'll put LabVIEW on it and see how successful we are. Okay, so just a quick cut really, while I try and plug it in. I don't think I can do this one-handed, so I might have to put it down. But so it's all cabled up. So what I have here is my micro HDMI. Got my Ventoy, got it plugged into the internet. I've got a mouse and a keyboard. Mouse and a keyboard there. We've got Wi-Fi as well. I'm not going to worry about that just for the time being. So the HDMI is plugged into my frame grabber, which is plugged into here, so which is how I get the sort of screenshots of the early stages before I can sort of new machine in. Yeah, that's about it really. So let's just place this down for my battery. Oh, look at that, that's an extreme shot. And we plug him in and we can see what it sounds like. We might have to turn him over because the fan is at the bottom. Is the fan going? Oh yeah, fan's going. And it's very quiet. Well done, fan. I would prefer him to be up in the air like that. Oh, seems to be cruising along nicely. Right, so let's go onto the screen now. After a bit of a battle with my video capture device and OBS, it's always a joy. I finally got it all talking, and in my mess of connected leads and things. So I've now got Ventoy going. This is all running off the Radxa. So let's select Debian. I don't really know the difference, so let's go for grub 2 just for the lols. Graphical install, that sounds like a nice way to go. Lots of ugly symbols there. Okay, we want English. You can choose your own language. We want United Kingdom. We want British English. So now hopefully it's going to find our card. It's on the network, which is nice. And we'll call this CTI Debian. That. Get ourselves a password. It's the same password again for the yeah, that's root, that's fine. Okay, new user CTI. Hopefully, come on, find my disk, find my disk. Use entire disk. Let's do that. Hey, there he is, 256. Nice. Yep, stick everything in the same place. Da 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 da. Blah blah blah. Loads of stuff I don't care about. So let's just put that in there. Partition disk, right, changes to disks. Yes, I do want to write that changes to disks, please. So installing is actually one of the things that makes a little single board computer hot, I find. So currently just a very slightly above my hand temperature. So it seems to be alright. We'll load sensors on it and see what we get. I may speed up some of this install. We shall see once I stop talking. If there's long gaps of looking at progress bars. Ask me loads of questions I don't know the answer to. Blah 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 blah. Yeah, why not? Snoop on me, Debian. Let's have cinnamon, because I like cinnamon. Let's not have gnome. I've got to remember how to install stuff. Well, I know it's deb files, so that's fine. I won't have to remember it because I'm just going to look it up. D package. So DPKG is how you do it. I think he's pretty much he's the same as apt. So you go apt install, instead you go D package install. Ah, they say you can use apt. Alright, let's see what we get. Synaptic Package Manager as well, which is a graphical one. Okay, so we've got a few options. So Debian's quite nice. It says tells you when to pull the things out. I find some of the other versions, I think OpenSUSE doesn't, it just lets you reboot into the wrong one. So you boot into the new system rather than restart the installation, so that's nice. Let's press continue. Yeah, I quite like Debian as an install process. It's a little bit technical. Load her up. Ooh, I don't like those. Let's pretend they don't happen. Seems good though. There we go. So we go and then go. And there is cinnamon. Bonk. Let's get straight to it. I want the desktop to have stuff on it. I think that's the setting. So if we go bonk. Let's accept all link. Download today. Let's go to that one. Bop. I always find it's easiest to load in, log in. Don't steal my login, everyone. There's no way I've got that right first time. Oh, I have. Alright. Let's go to Linux. Let's do the latest, and we'll go Pro. Just because I can. Oh, there she comes, nice and quick. So, show all downloads. Let's unzip. Show a folder download. Okay, we'll extract. Extract there, that's fine. Show the files, there we go. Right, so it's not OpenSUSE, we want deb. There's our debs. That's that one we want. So we might be able to, we can open with that, we can open that, open with software install. Let's do that. It's always nice to do that if I don't have to actually go to a command line. Oh. completely forgot where I was with my password then. There we go. Think that doesn't give you a great deal of feedback, but here's some interesting little insights this gives you. It tells you what the project website is. Always worth a poke around. Go and have a look at that. Then you can delete it. So essentially all that's doing is registering the repositories. So I think if I now go open in a terminal, I go sudo apt update. Bear with me, I'm winging this. Yeah. Okay, Debian doesn't automatically put you in the sudoers permission, whereas Ubuntu does. But Debian does allow you to log in as root. So that just saves you some keyboard typings. Well, let me do. Oh, look at that. Apt update works. That's nice. Okay, so that's just registered all of those, and I think what we can then do is go apt. I don't know if it's apt get. Let's try this. LabVIEW LabVIEW. I'm guessing dash pro dash 2024. No, I reckon that's wrong. 2024 dash pro. If this goes wrong, I have to look it up. I do apologise. Bonk. Hey, look at that. I'm good at guessing. And off she goes. Might speed this up if it takes too long. I think meantime what I'll do while that's doing that, let's put that down there so we can see it. You can see actually operating wise it's quite snappy. It's nice little. So let's go and go LabVIEW driver install. Download, LabVIEW Linux. What's the word? Driver install. There we go. That's the one I was after. Let's do the same with him. Let's get the latest set. And once again, that's another repo that you just register. Okay, so that's LabVIEW drivers. So we need Visa essentially, and the hardware config utility. So we can't do that while it's already installing, so we just have to wait for. You see, it's nearly done now, 96%, which is here. So that's downloading done, and that's registering done for Pro. Bonk. For Community Edition, you would have to go to the registration page when you start it up and log yourself in. I'm hoping very much that they'll change that. Apparently that's not correct from what all the people I've talked to, that the Community Edition login on Linux is not correct. It's not the same as in Windows. So it should act a bit more like this in the future. Okay, while we're waiting for that, let's just uninstall him. That's our device drivers there. So extract here. Well, I'll get that option the first time. There he is. Nice. Just because I'm impatient, I'm going to go there. Super user me. Root on that one. Oh, hello, it's done. Would you look at that? Okay, so he's done. So kill him. Close that terminal. And we can apt update on this terminal. Now, that was daft. Never mind. I've lost the history. Boop. It's good practice. Apt install. ni.visa. Oh, stupid boy. Forgot the actual important thing, which is registering him. So let's register him. So, bonky, bonk, bonk, bonk. Okay, that's done. And again, that poached him. Oh, it's going to be done. Right, he's done. Let's try that again. So we need to go update. Hey, there we go. You can see it's actually done something because it's registered stuff. And that's good. Off she goes. Now, I think we just need to set the dial out and the groups, so we could do sudo doers as well for CTI, just so that he has that permission. I haven't done this for a few weeks, so I might forget what the password the command is. It's gpassword. But like all things Linux, you can look it up. So noise-wise, it's ticking along quite nicely. Let me move my camera over to the move my mic over. Hold on. You'll hear some goofing around, but very quiet whine. So one of the complaints the other Jeff Greeling and people like that had was that it was quite noisy. I don't think it's noisy. I'm noisier. So that's alright. They may have improved the fan. Perhaps the bearing on one of the fans was rubbish on the test ones. But it seems very quiet. Oh, I don't know if sensors works. Should we have a look while we're waiting? Sensors. Oh, sensors does work. And look at that. It's ticking over 40 degrees. So those are the cores. So the thing is, it won't throttle until it's too hot. So that was one of the complaints, was that it throttles when it's hot. And installing does make stuff hot, you know. It's quite CPU intensive. Which is what I've observed anyway. Sensor 1 can go to 65,261.8 degrees on the NVMe. That's hot. Right. Okay, so let's do one more. NI hardware config util. I think that's two. Hardware. Maybe it's not that. Oh well, I'll do that at some other point. Don't really need that for now. So let's try that gpassword. Gpassword. Oh, let's have a look at groups first. So groups CTI. Bonk. So he's a member of quite a lot of groups. So we want him as dial out. See, he's not as dial out currently. So groups, so we want to go group password, I guess. That's what G password is. Minus add CTI dial out. Let's see if I've got that right. Well, yes, I have. So we do sudo as well. Sudo as. Yeah. Doesn't appear that that even exists as a group. Interesting. So let's have a quick look at groups. Bonk. There's dial out. Okay, so dial out is interesting for us. So let's have a look at LabVIEW. Let's see if we've installed it and let's see if it works. I'm not rebooted or anything. Sometimes that helps. It certainly helps with the dial out thing. But let's give it a go and see what we got. So here it all is. So that Visa interactive control. Let's load him. My guess is he's going to be a bit weird. Yeah, he's just broke. All right. So that needs a reboot. So we'll do that in a sec. Let's just have a look at LabVIEW. Hey, there's LabVIEW. Nice. And you can see this is nicer than the other Radxa I played with. It seems to be a bit more snappy, which I like. So that's cool. We shall download stuff in a bit. First of all, let's reboot to let that dial out settle in. Bonk. I think this is what we should be basing CTI hardware on its own as its own thing on. I think the N100's a good chip. I think it's not as energy efficient as a Raspberry Pi or an ARM chip, but to be honest, you can't run LabVIEW on them. You can only target LabVIEW on them. So it's a slightly different experience, you know. So it idles about 5 watts apparently. Again, we'll find out all this thing, which is good enough for quite a lot of hobbyist type stuff. It's very good for general sort of project work, you know. So right, National Response Program. Let's see if he wakes up. Look at that, and there's our one instrument. So I might do another video of getting the GPIO going and everything like that, but this is how to install LabVIEW on your Radxa, and it works nice. I suppose the only other thing I could do is download the github.com/LabVIEW community training. Bonk. Let's have a look at getting started English. Download it. See what we get. Extract. Do that here. That's fine. Bang it on there, which I don't think. Oh, it is allowed. Nice. There's options here to display stuff. Ooh, add deslits. Let's do those. What we got? I don't like those. I want to see the CPU. System monitor graph. That's a kitty. Okay, so let's have him up there. Alright, what do I do with that then? I don't know. Oh, there he is. press the add button. Bonk. Anyway, enough of that. So let's just bring him up. I only bring him up really just because he's a reasonable sized project. So there's a little bit of setting up to stop this sort of top ending. You have to just piss around with the icons and the like, but you can see that we loaded it. We're looking at stuff. We're moving stuff. Okay. So moving it left and right. So yeah, that's all tickety-boo. It's quite usable as a programmer. It's slightly faster than an X2, so it's about 50% faster than an X2. It fills it. So yeah, it's all very good. See if we build him, how quickly our build goes. It should be quite a lot quicker than the Radxa because it's just the CPUs are faster. Ooh, look at that. Bonk. Nice. So, all good.